What you guys didn't know is I became a marshmallow farmer. Now, these are almost ready to be picked. We need to find a chocolate field and a graham cracker field, and then have one whale of a campfire. Welcome back, folks. We are in November here now. We have failed and lost a lot of money lately, so I figured I'd put the extra time in and work hard to get us some extra money. Now, we need to start making money off our own land, and we've been trying with the silage, but you can see these are still not ready to go. And we do have this ready. Now, I have some really cool things planned for the next two episodes. So probably going to be a little bit different. You're going to laugh at me for a few reasons. But anyway, guys, as you can see here, our grass is already ready to harvest again. So we need to do that. And the reason we do is this is November. This is going to be our last chance to do it because for the year, we need to get that in one last time before we can't harvest it. So we got to get these bales out of the way. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be trying to do our best to make some moolah in the long term. There's going to be a few options we have today, but I found one that's going to help us for the next two episodes. But let's lower this down, and we're going to start mowing again here. Oh, let's go ahead and get him. You know what? I think I'm going to mow this all down and just bring you guys back here in a minute here, folks. So I find it interesting now. We've used our equipment to start to know what we like and dislike. And I can tell you there's a few surprises. I thought I would love this rake, and I did for beginning. It's cheap, and it's done a pretty good job. But now I'm starting to realize it's not really helping us. So we're taking two passes and putting it into one. And it kind of doesn't, the mower does a kind of a nice little run on its own. So we're kind of actually wasting time raking this. So hear me out as we almost tip over the tricycle front end, Roy. So the reason, if you only put two into one row like this, and the reason that doesn't help you out is either you're making one pass with a rake and then one pass with whatever you're going to do with it. Or if you leave it alone, you do one pass or two passes with the whatever you're going to, pick it up with, a baler or whatever. So we're really not doing much with this rake right now. I mean, we'd be going over it the same amount anyway, so it's kind of interesting, I guess. But we're starting to find out what equipment is really helpful, what equipment we're starting to wonder if we need to upgrade, and obviously we got to be not too picky. We don't, it's not like we have a ton of money right now, but for down the road, I feel like that mower served us pretty well, but it does take a while. If I start using our own equipment for other contracts, maybe upgrading the mower and the rake probably are what I would be the most inclined to upgrade right away, I would think. That tedder that looks like this inside, that's actually not a bad tedder. So I'm not necessarily too worried about that. And we don't have a whole lot of reason right now to be doing a lot of hay. So that's another thing. You know, we've had this farm now for well over 10 episodes. And I'm really disappointed I didn't know I had a dog. Yeah, we have a golden retriever. I know I was wasted your time with that joke, but I just realized it was a golden retriever. Anyway, guys, big day for us. Let's be honest. Um, Ye old golden retriever has not been very useful. I mean, we only have what, half an hour on it, and we definitely need to get. Oh, we definitely need to get. We get 10,000 back for this. That's not bad. All right, that's not bad at all. We'll actually take that. Uh, so a few things. Didn't help us like I thought it was gonna. It didn't have like straps. I couldn't really put stuff in the back other than a little bit of green. But with that being said, here, guys, we're gonna grab that third tractor that we needed from the last episode. So I, I looked and I looked for a while, and I didn't really want to get a bigger tractor, as you can see here. This is kind of the guy I wanted. Now there was some other options on the table, like this guy. But he's too slow. A lot of these tractors I wanted to get, but they're too slow. Like that was an option right there. But again, 20 miles an hour. We have a bunch of vehicles that do 15 or 17 already. So, like even these guys, they're on the slower side, and I wanted to get this, but with them being that slow, not really an option. And same with uh, like the Mahindra, that was one I thought about, but it's a little bit pricey and it's a little newer. I kind of want to go with the old style for the beginning yet. And you can see the ZR was really close. I actually almost did get the ZR, but today we are going to go with, way down here, the Dutes. And we are going to go ahead and we're not going to do a cab. I like it without the cab. And we are going to go with the 82 horse version. Now with the wheel brand, we're going to stay with Trelleborg because I looked at it and it has narrow. So this is going to be a very useful tractor for us in the long term because nothing we had right now had narrow tires. So we really needed this more than a person had thought, to be honest, because we didn't have anything, and we are going to put the roll bar on it and a front attacher. Now, we're gonna do the front attacher for two reasons. It might be handy, but also it's gonna give us some extra weight, and the license plate is gonna be. Let me change this to the Grinch here. All right, we have the Grinch, and we are gonna go ahead and then buy. So this is only actually gonna cost us 9,000. With what's being said, and the top speed on him is 24, which I hope is accurate. We need something that can one of our tractors that can move quicker. This is going to be kind of like, we still have the big horse, you know what I mean, with our International Harvester. They have about the same power. But this guy is going to be the guy that's going to be a little quicker to move around trailers and stuff like that. So we also need the front end loader for him. We are going to grab this guy and we're going to talk about the reasons why we are here in a little bit. But we're going to grab this guy and this guy right here. And I think maybe let's grab one or more of them tippers, to be honest. Right here. Capacity. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me paint it and buy it. Alright, so this is what the Grinch looks like. Not a bad looking tractor. No lights on him. What about a horn? Uh, what? Let's try out his horn. Not a great horn. Not kind of disappointed. I'm disappointed with everyone. Let's take her out on drag strip and see what she's got. See if we can get her up to top speed. Now I do got two pieces behind it here, so we're gonna see if its top speed is actually at least. Alright, so it's way better than what we have. I was a little worried it wasn't going to be as good as it said it was going to be, but it does in fact look like, oh, it looks like it's still peaking. 25. I don't think it's going to get to 26. It doesn't have a whole lot of power. But nothing we have does. This actually does have two more horse, I believe, than International. I couldn't help myself. I wanted to connect them all. Now, we don't really have it to do all of these like this at once. I just wanted to run it. But I did want to try it. And I don't know that it'll help us out in the long run. He's already kind of struggling to move here. But we could give it a little whirl for a little bit. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, we already did this. It didn't work. Well, that's a good point, Billy. But I have a new plan. I think I found something that will make this work here, guys. So, we're going to try this out. I don't know if, to be honest, I don't know if really the Grinch... At first glance, it almost feels like the Grinch has less power here than Roy, believe it or not. It's not... I didn't expect that. I thought they might be similar, I guess. It doesn't feel that good. It feels a little... This thing's faster, but it doesn't seem like a powerhouse. Well, I was hoping it had enough distance to fill up the back one, too. I kind of assumed it wouldn't. But it didn't. So I kind of figured that. It did actually around the corner chuck a little bit in, but it wouldn't do it going down the straight. So we're actually going to disconnect these trailers here, that second one off here in a second. But first, we are going to go ahead and this is the change we're going to make here. And I am pretty excited about it. First of all, I got to find it because it'll take me a while. We are actually going to go ahead and try this fermenting silo out. And I have saved just to make sure. And I think that's what we're going to try here. Just when you're trying new stuff out. I actually normally just have a creative world to try all this stuff out. So let's go ahead and see if we can unload these two trailers here. I'm a little nervous, I'll be honest, because we're going out kind of on a limb here. Start filling. I don't want to start filling. Can we unload here? Or is it going to start on... Oh, shoot, that's the back. Okay, now I know what I did. Alright, now that the back is unloaded, let's go disconnect that. Alright, didn't want to actually start unloading until I put Johnny Popper on it. I think it's trying to read that deal here. And let's see. I think it was trying to read the chopper up there, the Jaguar chopper, the Klaus Jaguar chopper there. So I think we're all good now. Let me see. Does this show up in our productions building then? Oh, it does. So we're going to have to activate that. Oh, and we can do other things in the silage as well. Oh, that's really cool. Let me fill up another load. We have another full load here. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get this guy to unload. Alright, so it's not saying anything yet. There it is. Alright, I just had it highlighted on the wrong thing, which I kind of figured. I also thought, ooh, we gotta be careful with that little deal there too. So, looks like it hooks. Our trailer's a little tall. We'll keep that in mind while we're doing it. So, let's get this thing fully filled up and see what we got going on. Alright, we got all the grass picked up. And we're putting it in. Oh, we didn't get it all. I'll grab this little bit here while we're here. No, you didn't see nothing. There we go. I got it. Now I feel like I got this a little bit more under control. It seems like I just gotta come in here like this and it's fine. So it doesn't hit the top of the dealio or nothing to freak out. I think I was trying to do it too far back. But as you can see here, we are starting to make a little bit of silage. Not a lot, a little bit. And I'm really happy about this. And the reason is we don't have trees. We don't have no cheaty generators making us money. We're going to do it the old school way on our own land and with some contracts. And while we don't have the easy ways of making it, I feel like this might be one of our better ways of doing it ourselves. And with that being said, I understand probably with a $15,000 silo like this, I'm assuming, as you can see, it doesn't necessarily convert it super quick, but that's okay by me. With steady income is a good income. Anyway, folks, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Can't wait. Have a good one.